What's going on, guys? My name is Aldeniro and welcome to episode 124 of my Manchester United career mode. We're starting this episode off with a game away from home at Villa Park as we take on Aston Villa with their, never changing lineup being the exact same that it's been since the very first day of the overall season back in like 2014. But our team is really good. We've got Van Ginkel, we've got Timo Hooper, it's Gareth Bale, Memphis Depay and Hector Villalba. Just an incredible team. Bale playing just behind Villalba this time because he's been so good with the goals. I figured we might as well give him that kind of a role, considering most of his goals have come from that side. And James Rodriguez hasn't really been amazing goal scoring wise, but his contribution to the team has definitely been a really good one. But Villa took the lead in the 18th minute through a Weimann header. We came close to equalising in the 22nd minute, but Villa got a free kick in the 35th, and Gary Gardner headed the ball into Luna, who ended up scoring and making it 2-0 to Villa, which really took me by surprise. I was not expecting this game to be as difficult as it was, but Villa are a strange team in that sense, and sometimes, some seasons Villa just really go for it and they turn out to be amazing, and then other seasons they're awful and they're avoiding relegation, and it's such a strange thing to do with the coding in this game. But Gareth Bale did pull a goal back for us, perhaps unsurprisingly, in the 38th minute, but Villa tried another attack in the 47th as their free kick went to absolutely nobody, and it was cleared towards Memphis Depay, who bombs forward. He plays it into Hector Villalba, who's in a great position. He evades the tackle of Hurd and Clark and finishes to equalise for us just at the start of half time to set us up for a really good half, making it 2-2 just 3 minutes into the second half too, which is really good. Then we come forward again in the 53rd minute with Memphis Depay coming down the left hand side of the pitch. He plays it into Gareth Bale, who approaches goal and has a look at the run from Timo Hooper before playing it into him so calmly, and Hooper easily finds the back of the net to complete the comeback in the 54th minute. Not even 10 minutes into the second half and we're already in the lead in this game, which I thought was really cool. But Villa did come forward just after the hour mark with Silla coming down the right hand side of the pitch as he took on Juan Jesus and Luke Shaw. He plays it in towards Benteke, whose header smashes the I think it was actually saved by De Gea onto the crossbar, and eventually cleared away for a corner, but obviously nothing came from the corner. Then we come forward to the 71st minute with Benteke coming in on goal. He plays it wide to Luna, who finds Nzogbia, who goes back to Luna. This is on the right hand side, and then the ball comes into Nzogbia again, but it's cleared away as far as Gareth Bale, who tried to take on Gary Gardner and failed to do so before Gardner plays it to Nzogbia, who tees up Christian Benteke, or the dangerous Benteke as Martin Tyler always calls him. And that makes it 3-3, leveling the game for Villa, very disappointingly for us. We got a free kick in around the 78th minute, I think it was, and the ball comes to Jared Romeo. He plays it into Timo Hooper, who's in a very advanced position, but sadly he could not finish, despite coming so close as the ball just hits off the post very gently, and nothing comes of that chance. But we come up towards the end of the game with Hector Villalba on the ball. He gets into a great position, and I had to show that moment because the finish was so poor that it warranted you guys having a look at that and laughing at the finish. We go into our next game. This is against Millwall and it's in the Capital One Cup, so obviously we weren't going to play a full first team squad at this point. We got Vieto up front with Lingard playing behind him. Jeffrey Schlupp comes in for his first start of the season, and Gail Greaves makes his debut on the right hand side. The Millwall team, I don't actually know an awful lot about Millwall, so I don't really know if their team looks different or the same or not. But we come up to the 21st minute of the game when Nick Powell for some reason went for the finesse shot instead of the power shot there, and it went just over the bar. That was after 22 minutes, and then 6 minutes later we would go on another attack as I think Powell was fouled and Vieto took the free kick, and what a goal that is from the free kick. I know free kicks are easy to score, but I felt like that one was particularly good just because of the distance involved from there to the goal. And with that we take the lead, and the Capital One Cup games are quite difficult. I don't know what it is about them. Like, it's not, I'd say it's probably like the most likely explanation would be that the squads that I put out are never really full strength, because I just love giving youth a chance in these tournaments and giving the reserve players a go and just seeing what they're made of and stuff. But Millwall came forward just before half time as the ball comes to that Guay. I don't know how you pronounce his name, but I think he's the same guy who used to play for Everton, but I'm not sure because I know that there's roughly 50,000 players in the world with that exact name. But we come up to the hour mark on the game as Millwall come forward once again as the ball comes in towards Gregory. His header smashes off the post and gets cleared away. Eventually eventually the rebound cross and second chance for Millwall was cleared away too. And we come up to the 64th minute of the game with Jesse Lingard chipping the ball into Jeffrey Schlupp, who gets into a great position and somehow manages to fail. How do you not even hit the target from... I suppose he is left-footed, and left-footed players just don't have a right foot in FIFA. But Jeffrey Schlupp got a better chance in the 86th minute, which he took. But sadly, the linesman put his flag up, which catches me out every single time. And it is kind of infuriating. You know, every single linesman in this game, they put their flag up really smugly, and then they do that thing where they like twitch their nose, or they twitch their cheek so that their nose moves. What the hell is that? What, like, why? Why does every linesman do it? Like, it's great when you see it the first time and you're like, oh, that's quite a realistic thing. But no, it happens every time, and it's very strange. But we end that game with a 1-0 victory over Millwall. We could have probably had a more dominant victory, but obviously the nature of the team that we put out and things like that just changed the result a little bit. But our next game is back at Old Trafford against QPR with Kister and Van Ginkel in midfield, Gareth Bale, James Rodriguez, Memphis Depay and Hector Villalba up front. Just such a strong team. QPR have McKinnock up front, Simon McKinnock, the Danish beast of a striker who always scores against us, who I was going to sign last season and eventually decided against it, and I was hoping that he wouldn't punish me for that. But in the second minute, I think it was Armand Traore had a shot on goal, and eventually Jordan Much upended, or in fact it was McKinnock upended one of our players in the box. Andrade came forward in the 14th minute, but his dribble attempt was awful. It went straight to the path of Raphael, and then it comes to Gareth Bale, who just picks it up inside his own half, and it's very, very difficult to get the ball off a player with as good a dribbling stat as Gareth Bale has. So he takes on Diakite the whole way through, eventually getting around him with the fake shot, and then his shot was aided by the deflection for sure from the defender, but still really, really good goal, like from where he picked it up, the way he took on the first player. After that, I didn't do a single skill move. All I did was a fake shot, because his dribbling is so good that you don't even need to do skill moves. Although I'm sure a few of you guys have probably noticed that I am using more skill moves than I ever have before, particularly when James Rodriguez is on the ball. Just, I don't know why, like certain players just sort of give me that confidence, I suppose. I really miss Raul Sastre Royce. I really wish there was a player like that in this save, because that would be amazing. But I think if I move to a Spanish team, that's the type of player that I'll be looking for. So hopefully Barcelona and Real Madrid have a job opening soon. Although I did actually see a comment saying to buy all of their goalkeepers so that they put an outfield player in goal and get really bad results, and that's a really good idea, so I'm going to try that. But in the 38th minute, QPR got a penalty because of an alleged foul from Chris Smalling on Jordan Much. I thought this was bullshit. It seems like he gets the ball perfectly here. Although maybe not actually on that. When I was editing this, I looked at that in slow motion and thought he definitely got the ball. But looking at it there, I'm not too sure. McKinnock stepped up and continues his impressive record against me by scoring and equalising for QPR. Which is annoying, because I'm pretty sure that last season I started off the season in amazing form, beating everybody in the process, but QPR were the one team. I think they held us to a 2-2 draw, and I think they were the first team to stop us from winning and the first team to score against us, but that was like 2 months ago or something, so I don't know if that's accurate or not, but that's how I think anyway. But we come up to stoppage time at the end of the first half with a terrible clearance attempt from QPR, finding Luke Shaw, who goes wide to Villalba, who I don't know why he's even in that position, but he evades the tackle of Much pretty nicely, and then it comes out to him to shoot, but Van Ginkel gets up off the ground and buries the rebound in on the volley. Such a strange goal there because of the deflections involved. But thankfully we did manage to take the lead just before half time, so that's a pretty good thing. It's not nothing, especially Van Ginkel getting his first goal for the club as well, which is pretty nice. Then we come into the second half with QPR on the attack, and it's Armand Traore who crosses with his right foot into McKinnock, who gets into a great position ahead of James Rodriguez and goes for the shot, but it's put wide. Then in the 67th minute we got a corner kick, which was cleared away by QPR, but only as far as Nick Powell, who keeps the move alive by playing it into Raphael. He goes wide to Timo Huppertz, who crosses it in towards Victor Andrade, who gets the header, and a great save from the QPR goalkeeper, keeping them in the game. They came forward again in the 77th minute with the ball being played into Junior Hoyle, and a great save from David De Gea keeps us in the lead at that point, because that was an amazing opportunity for them. Then we come up to the 90th minute of the game with Timo Huppertz on the ball. His attempted pass to Bale was deflected and went to Villalba instead, who passes it to Bale on the edge of the box, whose shot is just saved by the goalkeeper. Those shots from distance always seem to go like straight at the keeper, and it's kind of getting a little bit annoying. But we end the game with a 2-1 victory, which is really good, because we didn't want a repeat of the of the 2-all score from last season, because we've already dropped points against quite a few teams this season. Well, not quite a few teams, but Aston Villa and somebody else in the last episode. I think it was Norwich or somebody like that. But yeah, that's the end of this episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. We'll resume this series tomorrow, maybe the day after that, with some Champions League group action against FC Basel. And other than that, I'm probably going to be starting a whole new career soon with somebody like Hull City. So have a look out for that if that's the type of thing that interests you. But yeah, that's the end of this episode. If you enjoyed it, please do leave a like. I've been El Dinero. Thanks for watching.